The ceremonies at Yankee Stadium, just one of many today, marking 24 years since the September 11 terrorist attacks.
In Lower Manhattan, as they have for all 24 years, one by one, family members read the names of the nearly 3,000 victims killed when hijackers took control of those commercial airliners and crashed them into the Twin Towers.
Dignitaries including New York Governor Kathy Hochul, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, and Mayor Eric Adams and other mayoral candidates all paid their respects at Ground Zero. Also among them, Rudy Giuliani, who was mayor of New York on that fateful day 24 years ago. This was the first time he appeared in public since being injured in a car accident nearly 2 weeks ago. He arrived in a wheelchair wearing a chest brace.
Remembrances were held across the tri-state and across the country, including at the Pentagon and at that field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. We begin with Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo, who was at the ceremony in Lower Manhattan this morning. Anthony?
Mike, Sade, life changes over the course of 24 years. New jobs, new relationships, new milestones. In fact, there's maybe no better representation of how rapidly life moves than right down here in Lower Manhattan. But on this day, life seems to pause briefly as everyone remembers where they were and how they found out on the one day that changed everything. Seemingly isolated from a loud, boisterous city, the only sound at Ground Zero is one of never-ending sorrow.
We're here to remember those who were killed 24 years ago, who were just going to work.
All these years later, it's still difficult for Paul to get the words out. His uncle, Christopher Woodencheck, was killed in the terror attacks on September 11th, 2001. He remembers the last time they spoke like it was yesterday.
And I said to him, "You have 5 kids. I don't know how you do it, because I'm barely managing with 2. So that was our last conversation.
Kids who had to learn how to live without a father. Families who lost a grandparent.
We know that you're still with us because your grandchildren who haven't met you talk about you like you're in the other room. We love you.
Wives turned widows as life happened around them.
This year is more difficult because 2 of our 3 children are getting married, and you can't walk your princess down the aisle.
The names read aloud during the annual ceremony at the World Trade Center site.
I was on the 7th floor of the North Tower.
Sherry lives with the psychological scars that have kept her and her sons far away.
I haven't been back on this day. This is the first time with my boys.
How are you feeling?
Very emotional.
Nearly 3,000 people were killed by al-Qaeda terrorists who hijacked planes and took down the mighty Twin Towers. 24 years later, there is still a lesson in unity.
It's very important now that we come back together as we did directly after that day. And it's not only the families of those killed in the attacks that suffered long-lasting impacts, but also the tens of thousands of people who fell ill because of the exposure to the toxic dust, and the nearly 7,000 people in the World Trade Center health program who died from related illnesses. We're live in Lower Manhattan. Anthony Carlo, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.